Once again, welcome back to the session, everyone. This is your mentor, Kabilan. In this session, we'll be seeing quadratic equations. Okay. So, before getting into that, let me quickly introduce about myself. So, my name is Kabilan. I'm a mechanical engineer with 3 years of teaching experience. I've also converted various Indian Institute of Management. So, if you personally like my videos and stuff, kindly don't forget to follow me on the Unacademy Learning app. This is my user ID, where you'll be getting all my special class videos and stuff absolutely free. And also, do not forget to join us in our Telegram channel, Unacademy_Kabilan. Okay. So, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel, Unacademy CAT4MBA, and also our Telegram channel, TANCET MBA, where you'll be getting all the live updates and yeah. Let me check whether I'm actually going live or not. Yes, talking about the Unacademy Plus subscription, you can use my discount code KAPI10 to get an absolute 10% off. So talking about the Unacademy Plus, you'll be provided with extra attention with your preparational aspect for CAT 2021, and also for 1 year the tariff plan after applying 10% off using my discount code, it's going to be 15,750. For 2 years, it is 18,900. So definitely, if you're in your final year of your college, or you really want to start up preparing CAT 2021, definitely 1 year or 2 year path will be much more flexible for you. And here we have the iconic badge for CAT 2021. That is, which includes the plus benefits. Apart from that, you'll be provided with a personal mentor. Okay, 24/7, and also with proper test analysis and reports. So proper evaluations will be made for the test that is being conducted for you, and we'll be concentrating on other management entrance tests. We call it OMETS preparation as well. Okay. So here, most importantly, what you need to remember is, apart from CAT, we'll be focusing on MAT, SAT, SNAP, CMAT, TANCET, and various other management exams. And you'll be mentored by graduates who have graduated from top P schools. Okay, so here we have the Unacademy Combat Challenge, where you can win weekly scholarship prizes. The next scholarship test is happening on the 28th of Feb, the time exactly at 12 p.m. You can register now for free by using my discount code KAPI10, and you'll have a platform to compete with the best counterparts, and also you literally you can able to see where you stand in the all India live leaderboard. So it will be super fast and fun, and the questions will also be curated by the top experts from Unacademy, and also you'll be having the largest scholarship test for CAT. So if you're really a topper in this scholarship test, you can win exciting prizes up to 28 plus lakhs. Okay, so here we have the testimonials who crack CAT with absolute 99 percentile flying colors. And if you aspire to be one for the next year, you can quickly enroll in our batches, which are kick-started. On the 22nd of Feb, it is the Strikers batch for CAT 2021. 23rd of Feb, it is the Quantitative Genius batch for CAT 2021. And 27th, it's going to be the complete weekend batch, that is for the Saturday and Sunday for CAT 2021. So here we have these many batches getting kick-started. And if you find yourself any of these batches really flexible for you, can start enrolling in our batches and learn along with us, right? So getting into the concepts of quadratic equation. Yes. So we'll straightly go for the questions. So the very first question in quadratic equation, that is, they have given you if the roots of a quadratic equation are 15 and minus 7. You need to find the equation. Okay, so roots of the quadratic equation are given. So we know that the sum of the roots is actually 15 plus minus 7. If you do, you'll be getting 8. So the sum of the roots is 8, and product of the roots, if you see, the product of the roots, that is 15 into minus 7, is going to be minus 105, right? So we know that the equation is of the form, it's going to be x square minus sx plus p is equal to 0. That is nothing but, this is how a default quadratic equation looks. That is, you have x square, in the coefficient of x you have minus the sum, and the constant will be put as the product of the roots. That's it. Okay, so if you really want to find this, it's going to be x square. So the sum is actually 8, so it's going to be minus 8, so it's going to be x square minus 8x, and the product is minus 105 is equal to 0. That's it. So the quadratic equation for the given question, given roots 15 and minus 7, it is x square minus 8x minus 105. That will give you the exact quadratic equation, right? Is that clear, guys? Yes. Good. Let's go for the next question, second one. So in the second question, you are asked to find the roots of the quadratic equation. So first of all, what we do actually, so if you have a quadratic equation, something like this, that is 2x square plus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0, right? So this 2 is actually called as coefficient of x square. This 5 is actually called as coefficient of x, and 2 here is again the constant. Okay. So what we normally do, we have multiple ways of finding the roots of this quadratic equation. So what we can do here, what we would have been taught at schooling and all, take the coefficient of x square. If you have nothing in that, leave it. If you have any other number other than 1, you need to take that and multiply with a constant. So 2 into 2 will give you 4. So listen carefully. If you multiply, you need to get 4, and if you add, you need to get 5. So if that is the case, what will be the two roots which will be taking up? So it's going to be 4 and 1. 4 into 1 will give you 4. 4 plus 1 will give you 5. Right, perfect. And don't forget to divide this by 2. Don't forget to, the parts what you are getting, you need to divide this by 2. Why? Because in coefficient of x square, you have a number other than 1. So that number you need to divide that with the pairs which you get, right? So we need to do 4 by 2, it will be 2 comma 1 by 2. So these are the respective roots which you got, and this one I can write this as x plus 2 into, it's going to be 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, and the value of x is minus 2 comma minus 1 by, that's it. So the quadratic roots, it's going to be option 1. Minus 2 comma minus 1 by 2 will be the quadratic roots of the given equation, 2x square plus 5x plus 2. This is one way of doing it. There is another easy way. Okay, sometimes this sort of equations, if it is very simple, we can able to find it by this way, this traditional way. But in sometimes there will be equations which will have bigger numbers, quadratic equations with bigger numbers in the place of coefficient of x square or coefficient of x or in the constant. So in that case, what we can do exactly? Let me tell you that we have one more method called cross method. I'll tell you, this method would be much more easy for you. Cross method is nothing but take the quadratic equation 2x square plus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now what we need to simply do, listen carefully. First, let me go for the trials here. So this 2, how can I write this 2 exactly? I can write it as 2 into 1. 2 into 1 will give you 2 for the coefficient of x square place, and leave the coefficient of x, come back, go to the constant. Again this 2. This 2 I can write it as 1 into 2, right? So now what I simply do, I do cross. If I do cross multiplicate, 1 into 1, 1 into 1 will give me 1, and 2 into 2 will give me 4. Such that 1 plus 4 will give me 5. That's it. All good? Simple. So you have got the sum 5, and you have got the distributions also fine. So what you can exactly do from this? You have got the roots here, so it's going to be 1 by 2 and 2. So if it is plus here, when it comes to root, it will become minus 1 by 2 and minus 2. That's it. Okay, so many of the times implementation of cross method would be much more easy for you. Let's try to do this in the coming questions. Okay, it will be very useful. So let's try to go for the next question. Listen carefully. If a and b are the roots of the equation x square minus x plus 12 is equal to 0, find the value of a square plus b square plus ab. Okay, come on guys, try to do this question. I'll better give you options also. I'll give you 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, and 6, 7. Okay, so these are the respective options that I have. And they simply said a and b are the roots of the equation x square minus x plus 12. So what I can simply do, listen very carefully. Let me take the quadratic equation x square minus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0. And if at all, if I want to find the roots of this quadratic equation, if I multiply, I need to get 12. If I add, I need to get minus 7. So only only a single pair, that is 4 into 3 will give me 12. So I need to get minus 7. So it's going to be minus 4 and minus 3. That's it. So probably this can be written as x minus 4 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. And the roots of x are 4, 3. So if I take a to be 4, let's say if a is 4 and b is 3, they have already said a and b are the roots of this equation. Okay, Let me try to substitute in this given value. What I will be getting exactly? If I take A to be 4 and B to be 3, it will be 4 square 16 plus 9 is equal to plus 12. This is what I need to find. So if you try to find the values out of it, so you'll be getting 25, 37. Right? So hence, the answer for the value of a square plus b square plus ab is equal to 37. Very simple. So we need to find the roots of this given quadratic equation. After finding that, simply substitute in the given question a square plus b square plus ab. You'll be getting exactly 37. 37 will be the answer for the given question. All good? Let's go for the next question, guys. Come on. Try to get me the answer for this. That is 1 root of x square plus kx minus 8 is equal to 0 is square of the other. Okay. So you have got a quadratic equation x square plus kx minus 8 is equal to 0. Okay. And you need to find the value of k here. Come on. So, if at all, if I want to decode this question, let me go with the options. So, options which you cross check pannalam. Okay. So, enna pannalam? Here, you have the constant to be minus 8. So, it is very simple that if you try to multiply, you need to get minus 8. So, in such a way, you need to take the pair. Correct? Appa enna pannalam? Listen carefully. Let me try to take the first option. Let me try to take the first option in the place of k and substitute it. If I 2 substitute pannana, if I add, I need to get plus 2. Is that practically possible for me to get the quadratic roots here? Definitely not. But if I try to substitute in the place of k is equal to minus 2. X square minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. Now for this I can able to find the quadratic root. Right. So what I can do here, I know the fact that 4 into 2 is 8. If I add, I need to get minus 2. I'll put simply minus 4 and plus 2. That's it. All good. Okay. Right. And make sure that the condition is also satisfied. What is the condition given to you? One root is square of the other. What it says exactly? One root is the square of the other, which means 4 is actually the square of 2. You're getting this, guys? Okay. So 4 is actually the square of 2. So the condition is also satisfied. So from this, the roots of x are minus 2 comma 4, minus 2 comma 4. And if we want to satisfy the condition, that is nothing but what they say, one root, that is minus 2, is actually the square of the other. So probably the right answer for the given question is going to be option 4, minus 2. That's it. Okay. Is that clear? So just by cross-checking with the options, you can go back to the question and simply cross-check whether the given option is aptly flexible for the given quadratic equation. Okay. So in that way, option 4, that is minus 2, will be the value of k. Is that clear, guys? Yeah. Kindly give me a thumbs up if you're really clear with this. Yeah. Let's go for the next question then. Come on. So in the question பாருங்க, that is Sharad and Pawar attempted to solve a quadratic equation. Sharad made a mistake in writing down the constant term. He ended up with the root 7, 6. Okay. Pawar made a mistake in writing down the coefficient of x. He got the roots as 3, 4. What will be the exact roots of the original quadratic equation? That's the question. So for both Sharad and Pawar, the same quadratic equation is being given. And what Sharad did, he made a mistake in writing down the constant term. So he wrongly wrote the constant term. Okay. And he ended up with the root 7, 6. What Pawar did, he made a mistake in writing down the coefficient of x. So Pawar, he wrongly wrote the coefficient of x in the quadratic equation. And as a result, he got the roots as 3, 4. This question, very important question, they are asking you, what is the exact roots of the quadratic equation? Come on guys, just give it a try for this question. Yeah. So how to do this question? So first of all, what you need to understand, as I told you already, the very first question, the default quadratic equation will be like what? X square minus sum of the roots x plus product of product equal to 0. So this is how a default quadratic equation looks, right? So listen very carefully. When it comes to Sharad, he made a mistake in writing down the constant term. Okay. So if that is the case, if he made a mistake in writing constant term, that is this case, his product will be wrong, but his sum will be correct now. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? Right? The products of roots will be wrong when it comes to Sharad, but the sum of the roots will be correct, right? So the correct sum of the roots, it's going to be what? The roots you've got it already. That is for Sharad, it is 7 plus 6. So 7 plus 6 will give you 13. You have got the sum of the roots. And when it comes to the Pawar case, Pawar, he has mistakenly written the coefficient of x. That is, the sum of the roots will be wrong, but his product of the roots will be right now, right? So what will be the product then? The roots what Pawar has got is 3, 4. So 3, 4 in the sense, if you do 3 into 4, it will be 12. So now we have got the correct sum and the correct product. Simply apply the given quadratic equation, you'll be getting x square minus 13x plus 12 is equal to 0. This is the actual quadratic equation. And if you really want to find what is the actual quadratic root, If you multiply, you need to get 12. If you add, you need to get minus 13. So it's going to be minus 12 and minus 1. So the quadratic roots are option 1, 12, comma. So the quadratic roots of the original quadratic equation, it is option 1, 12, comma 1. That's it. If you're really clear, kindly give me a thumbs up with this question, guys. Definitely you can expect these sort of questions in your exams. Okay. Is that clear? We'll go for the next question. That is, in the questions, you have two equations, 1 and 2 are given. Okay, you need to solve both the equations and give the answer. So you need to see which option is right. Is absolutely the right option. So here, if you see this equation, it is 12x square minus 40x plus 32 is equal to 0. So if at all, if I want to find the roots of this given equation, as I told you, you can apply the method of cross method here. So listen, this of 12, I can write it as 4 into 3. And this, 32, I can write it as 8 into 4. So now listen carefully, if I do cross, 3 into 8 will give me 24. And 4 into 4 will give me 16. So absolutely it gets me 40. Perfectly, this is the right pattern. Okay. So what I do here simply then, I need to get minus 40. So if I want to get minus 40 here, then I need to put minus 8 and minus 4. Such that 3 into 8 will give me minus 24 and 4 into 4 will give me minus 16. So that will give me minus 40. So the roots will be what then? Exactly. The roots will be, if it is minus 4 by 8, it will be plus 4 by 8, comma 4 by 3. So the roots will be exactly 2, comma 4 by 3. So these are the roots of x. The quadratic roots of x are 2, comma 4 by 3. Like in the same way, if you go for this one as well. Right, first you have 8y square minus 40y plus 6 is equal to 0. And if you try to divide this by 2, this will give you exactly 4y square minus 20y plus 3 is equal to 0. So if you take it here, 4y square minus 20y plus 3 is equal to 0. So let me take this as 2 and 2. Let me take this as 3 and 1. Whether it comes, no. The 2 and 2 combination you'll not be getting here. So let me go for 4 and 1 and 4. Okay, what's the mistake we did here? If you try to divide this by 8, try to divide this equation by 8, you'll be getting y square minus 5y plus 6 is equal to 0, right? So 6 means it should be 6 and 1, you need to put minus 6. So the roots of y, the roots of y are 6, comma minus 1. 6, comma minus 1. Now listen very carefully. The roots of x are 2, comma 4 by 3 and the roots of y are 6, comma minus 1. So now if you try to compare whether the roots of x are greater or y greater. Listen, if you take the roots, root of x, that is 2. 2 is lesser than 6 and 2 is lesser than 6 but greater than minus 1. Like in the same way, if you take 4 by 3, 4 by 3 is lesser than 6 but greater than minus 1. So here you cannot 100% find the relation between x and y. So the relation cannot be established. So we need to go for option E. Okay. So you cannot say which root is greater, whether it is x or y. You cannot say that 100%. Okay. Let's go for the next one. you need to find which root is greater here. So you have 9x minus 7y minus 15 is equal to 0, and 3x minus y plus 3 is equal to 0. So let me multiply second equation into 3. If I do so, I'll be getting 9x minus 3y plus 9 is equal to 0. And if I bring this one, if I try to subtract this, we'll be getting minus, plus, and plus. So it will be exactly 4y plus 24 is equal to 0. So 4y is equal to minus 24 and y is equal to minus 6. Got the value of y is equal to minus 6. Simply substitute it here. If you do that, you'll be getting 3x is equal to minus 3. If it is minus 6, it will be plus 6. If it goes that side, it will be minus 6. So it's going to be 3x is equal to minus 9. Then the value of x is equal to minus. So listen carefully, guys. You got the value of x is equal to minus 3, y is equal to minus 6. From this, I can 100% say that x is greater than, okay, minus 3 is obviously greater than minus 6. So the relation here is x, it is greater than minus 6. Okay, all good. Let's go for the next one. Next quadratic equation, you have 12x square plus 40x plus 32 is equal to 0. And 8y square plus 10y plus 42 is equal to 0. So what we can do exactly here? Come on, try to get me the relation of whether x is greater than y is greater than x, or x is greater than or equal to y, or y is greater than or equal to x, or cannot be determined. Come on, guys. So let me try to divide this equation by 4. If I do so, I'll be getting x square plus 10x plus 8 is equal to 0. And if I try to divide this by 2, I'll be getting 4y square plus 20y plus 21 is equal to 0. Right? So this 3x square plus 10x plus 8 is equal to 0. I can write this as 3 and 1 and 8. I can write this as 4 into 2. Right? So if I do cross method, I'll be getting 4 and 6, which will ultimately give you 10. So the roots of XOR, it's going to be minus 4 by 3, comma minus 2. Like in the same way, if we go for Y, let me write this, Y as 4 into 1 and 7 as 21 as 7 into 3. So if you try to do so, you'll be getting 7 and 12. 7 and 12 will give you 19. So we need to change the path then. So what we can do, 4, let me write it as 2 into 2. Then if I do so, you'll be getting 14 and 6, which ultimately gives you 20. Right. So the roots of Y will be minus 7 by 2, comma minus 3 by 2. So listen carefully. Now we need to compare it. What we need to do, first let's take minus 2. Minus 2, here 7 by 2 will give you minus 3.5 and minus 1.5. Minus 2 is actually lesser than minus 1.5, but greater than minus 3.5. Like in the same way, here if you see minus 1.33, this is actually greater than 3 minus 3.5 and greater than minus 1.5. Okay, but minus 2, it is less than minus 1.5. So here you have a class of relationship. Again, it's going to be cannot be determined. So you cannot determine whether x is greater than y or y is greater than x or greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. Okay, so definitely why? Because you have a class of units in the roots, right? So definitely determine which one is greater or which one is lesser. Okay, next question, guys. Come on. We have the quadratic equations x square minus 32x plus 252 and y square minus 28y plus 192 is equal to 0. Unit will give you 33. And let's break it down again. If we go with 3, it is 7. Come on, guys, try to find the roots of this. So if you try to take 252, first let's find 192. So if I go with, it never gives you. So let me go with 2. It will be 24. So 24 and 8 will never give you. So let me go with the other constraint then. So if it is 48, let me go with 4 again. Take the roots of x. So take 252. Let me go with 6 table then. I know 6 4s are 24 and 2. 42 and 6. Right. So let me go with 2. If at all, it will be 21. So listen carefully, then we'll be getting x minus 18 is equal to 0 and x is equal to 18. And if at all, if you find the roots of square root of y, 324. So 18 into 18 will give you 324. So it's going to be x is equal to y. Okay. The next one. X square minus 41x plus 400 is equal to 0. So we have x square minus 41x plus 400 is equal to 0. And if you try to find the roots of it, you'll be getting for 400 should be sorry. So if you go with 5 table, it's going to be 80. And if you go with 4 table, it's going to be 20. 20 and 20. And if you go with 4 again, this will give you 5. So it's going to be 20, 24, 80, 80 and 5. Okay. If at all, if you go for the other combinations, which it works, 400. Wait, 10 and 40, 8 and 5. Okay, that will not help you, but 5 and 8 maybe. So you have 50 and 8, 50 and 8 will give you 42 instead. So for this one, it is 156. So 156 means if you try to find the pairs of it, let me start with 4. 4 into 3, 12. And 9 into 4 is 36. 49 and 3. And if I go with 3, it will be 12 and 13. So 156 can be written as 12 and 13. You need to have minus 12 and minus 13. So probably the roots of x are 12 comma 13. And y, if you see, have 255. Let me take 5. So we'll be getting 51. If we go 3, it's gonna be 17. So 17 and 15. That is 255. You see, it will be 15 and 17. That's that 17 plus 15 will give you 32. So it's going to be the value of y to be 15 comma 17. So you see here, both the roots of y, that is 15 and 17, are greater than x. So undoubtedly it is option B. X is greater than y. That's a relation. Okay. Next one, come on guys, let's try to solve this. Find the roots of that first quadratic equation. So if at all, if I want to break this out, 400 can be written as, let me just go with 4, so that you'll be getting 4 into 100. And if I break this again with 4, this will be 25. Such that 4 into 4 is 16. 16 plus 25 will give you 41, right? So definitely 400 can be written as 16 and 25, such that minus 16 and minus 25, x is equal to 16 comma 25. You've got the quadratic roots of x, and what's going to be the quadratic root of y? 210. If you try to break this out, let me go with 5. If I do it with 5, 42. And if at all, if I go with 3, 14. So 15 and 14 will exactly give me, right? So 210, it is nothing but 5 into 3, 15 and 14. 15 plus 14 will give you, minus 15, and minus 14 will give you minus 29. So y is probably 15 comma 14. You have got the quadratic roots of x and y. And now try to see this now. 16, if you take 16, it is greater than the roots of y. And if you take 25, it is greater than the roots of y. So undoubtedly it is option A, x greater than y. That's the relation between the quadratic roots of x and y. Clear, guys? Next one. X square minus 35x plus 294 is equal to 0. And y square minus 23y plus 132 is equal to 0. So if I want to break this out, 294, we go with 3, or let me go with 7. Whatever the case may be, right? If we can go with 7. 7 4s are 28 and 42, 42 and 7 it goes. So undoubtedly 42, minus 42 plus 7 will give you 35, minus 35, right? So x is equal to minus 7 comma 42. You got the roots of x. And if you go for y, 132. If you go with 4 table, it should be 33 and 4. If you go with 3, 11. So you have 12 and 11. So 132 is nothing but 12 into 11 will give you 132. And the 12 plus 11 will give you, that is minus 12 and minus 11 will give you minus 23. So the roots of y will be 12 comma 11. If you try to see this, 12 it is greater than minus 7 but less than 42. Like in the same way, 11 is greater than minus 7 less than 42. So you cannot establish the relation between x and y in the given equation. Okay. Fine. Let's go for the next one, ninth one. Come on. Just do this and tell me what is the right option for this. So x square is equal to 64, y square minus 34y plus 28 is equal to 289 is equal to 0. So if you have x square is equal to 64, and if at all if you try to take square root on both sides, you'll be getting x is equal to square root of 64. It is nothing but plus or minus 8, right? So x can be 8 or minus 8. Like in the same way, if you go for 289, find the roots of it. Two 89, if you try to divide this by 17, 17 square is 289, that we know already. It should be minus 17 and minus 17. So the value of y will be 17. So undoubtedly I can say y is greater than x. Okay. In all the ways y is greater than x. Next one. Come on guys. You have x square minus 29x plus 208 is equal to 0. And y square minus 32y plus 255 is equal to 0. So 208 if you see. Come on, try to find the roots of it. So try to make sure you do work out a lot more questions in quadratic equations and try to find the roots, you know, as soon as possible. You should not take too much time to solve the questions and waste time in that. So the more and more you practice on finding the roots for the quadratic equation, that will literally reflect at the time of your exam, your time saving efficiency. Okay, so definitely you need to solve a lot more questions. I think we have solved more than 15 questions for quadratic equations alone, right? So we have seen cross method, we have seen normal, traditional method, and we have seen the questions that can be asked based on the quadratic roots, right? So try to go through this very important chapter. Yeah, let's try to find this, guys. Come on. So you have 208. Let me just divide it by 4. So if at all, if I try to do 4, I'll be getting 52. And let's go with 4 again. It's going to be 13. So if you go for 4 into 4, 16. So 208 is nothing but 16 and 3. So minus 16 and minus 13. So the roots of x will be 16, 13. Like in the same way, if you go for the roots of y, you have 255. Let me just go with 5 table again. 51 I'll be getting. And if at all, if I try to divide this by 3, I'll be getting 17. So what it should be exactly? 15 into 5 into 3 is 15. So 255 is nothing but 15 and 17, right? So we'll be getting minus 15 and minus 17 will give you minus 32. So the roots of y will be 15, 17. So listen carefully. 15 it is less than 16 but greater than 13. 17 it is greater than 16, greater than 13. So here you cannot 100% say that whether x is greater than or equal to, less than or less than or equal to y. So the relation between y and x you cannot establish. So relation, it cannot be determined, should be the right option for the given question. Is that clear, guys? Kindly give me a thumbs up if you're really clear with this. Yes. So if you're really clear with this, anybody interested in getting any of the subscriptions, kindly don't forget to get my discount code KABI10 to get absolute 10% off. And also, if you find it really useful, this session, kindly don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel, Unacademy CAT4MBA, and do not forget to press the bell icon. And most importantly, our Telegram channel, TANCET MBA. Okay. So signing off with this. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.